right, ordered Thursday, showed up yesterday from Mandarake. I'm gonna say that's how everybody keeps telling me I need to be saying it. So, yeah, got it very cheaply. It's been sold out. I've been trying to find it. I've been checking HLJ and Ami and every place I can the last couple of weeks trying to get my hands on this. Then showed up there and was a lot cheaper than anywhere else because the box was, according to the site, unopened but heavily damaged. And it showed up yesterday, and it was not what I would personally consider heavily damaged. There was some slight creasing, but it doesn't matter. We got it. We got the Force Riser from Kamen Rider 01. This is the driver that Kamen Rider Hirobi and Kamen Rider Jin use. It comes with the very cool Sting Scorpion Progrise key, and you can hear it says poison in a very cool little scary voice.
Scorpion's ability.
And Scorpion's ability, which is, as we know, now this one works. It does come with the belt, and the belt is different than the usual driver belts in that it doesn't have the connectors on each end. On each piece that connect to the driver itself. How it works is you can see this piece has a bunch of the standard clips on it. Everything's kind of stacked together. This piece only has holes on this end and then some tabs on this end, because you basically slide this holy piece through the back until you slide this all the way through until the pegs back here catch. So you just kind of slide through like that, and then this other piece comes in, loops over it, and it just tabs together right here on the back of the belt, and then you use the other tabs the way you normally would with the belt cover, just for the sake of getting it to fit in the camera frame. Like, because if I hooked this on it, it would be this big old loop holding it up here the whole time, because it would hit the wall. So that's usually why I don't have the belts attached while shooting them. But it's a fairly standard belt system. It just attaches to the driver itself a little differently. And I wanted to mention it before we got into the other stuff. So the way the Force Riser works is, like, the 01 driver takes the creatures and the powers and digitizes them as armor onto 01, whereas the Force Riser does exactly that. It forces them to upgrade. You can see some of the belts here on the riser itself, and it's really cool because, like, in the show, the animal, the creature or whatever gets summoned shows up, and it kind of explodes into the armor parts, but then the rider itself, the belt reaches out with all these little straps and things to actually force the armor parts to form onto the rider. It's really cool design. Kamen Rider Hirobi is one of my is a really cool rider design, and he does have the cool purple Sting Scorpion Progrise key. But so how it works is, instead of you don't need to authorize them, it basically uses this claw to force them to open, and we'll show you how that works. We'll go ahead and turn it on here.
Force Riser.
You hear Force Riser, poison, and you slap it right in there. Doom, doom, doom. And then you just pull this lever right here, which pries the key open. And I like the breakdown. The purple and the silver kind of reminds me of Machine Chaser and his Break Your Body driver. But yeah, there's that, and so it comes together like that. It forces it open. It's got two special attacks. So we've seen one already, the Sting Dystopia, where, like, the scorpion tail wraps itself around his leg, and when he does a kick, it stabs the opponent. And you just do that by pushing in and removing the lever twice or once. And there's Sting Dystopia. If you do it again, you get mostly the same sounds, but you get Sting Dystopia and Sting Utopia. And I think it's interesting that the Force Riser, as its secondary or final attack on the driver, is Utopia, which is generally a positive thing. And on the 01 driver, if you authorize power up the attack enough, it goes to like Giga Rise and Deca Rise and Mega Rise and then Terror Rise. And so it's like Okay, so like the ultimate ability of the 01 driver is evil, and the ultimate ability of the Force Riser sounds positive. Now, we'll see how those play out on the show. Also, using this driver is Kamen Rider Jin, who uses the stolen Flying Falcon key. So, since we had that, we'll go ahead and power that down. We'll pop Flying Falcon in. That didn't work right. I don't know why it said fly. Hold on, let's see if we can't do this again. Okay, so there's the Flying Dystopia. Yeah, Flying Falcon has some issues just because of there we go. So there's the actual henshin for Flying Falcon. And then real quick, for the fun of it, because it's actually kind of interesting, if you take the Scorpion key and put it into the 01 driver. Is this on? Oh, this one's not on, so... Oh, I did authorize, but let's... Stung with fear by the power claws. But if you heard it, you heard dangerous warning as it went in there because he's using one of the bad guy keys in the driver. It still has all the... It just has the Sting Impact. It does the thing. You can... Unlike everything else, you can use another key. I'm not going to do every single one, but... And there's the Sting Terrorize. So yeah, fun little addition. I do like the poison. I just like that voice. But there is the Force Riser from Kamen Rider 01. Will we get the Shot Riser? I don't know. Like that's, I do love the way that Shooting Wolf says bullet, but can I just get that in one of the cheaper candy toy or Gashapon keys? We'll find out. But I want to get the Force Riser. I think Kamen Rider Hirobi's design is really cool, and I like the concept. And I need the Scorpion key. There's keys that I need. Like I have Amazing Hercules from the connector. I saw there's an Exciting Stag, which is another beetle. I love beetles, so I'm gonna have to hunt that down. Although it looks like that's gonna be a exclusive. Online exclusive, or if you buy a ticket to a Kamen Rider movie show, you get it. So I'm gonna have somebody hunt down one of the Exciting Stag, because it's also orange. It's a beetle and it's orange, so I need to get it. But anyway, there is the Force Riser from Kamen Rider 01, and I'm looking forward to seeing what happens in the upcoming episodes and seeing how the story goes.